Facebook, YouTube, the day of Berachel, the archangel. God is our prayer. Nope, not Saturn. He's a false god. Quit acknowledging false gods. But topic of the message. Okay, tomorrow is spring, the first new beginning of spring. Now, I'm researching, and wow, of course, you know, I did a video on March the 20th about what it may mean, what March 24th may mean. But the topic of this message is talking about the reality of spiritual spring deliverance. Spiritual spring deliverance. Now, spring is the time of deliverance. You know what I'm saying? The only thing concerning the Jewish people, and of course concerning, Christians, the thing is, the only thing that is not on spring that has something to do with the Jews is Hanukkah. Hanukkah, was in winter. But the spring deliverance is, of course, Moses delivering, God using Moses to deliver the children of Israel. And also in spring is Purim, when Queen Esther came into the king and, and helped save her people from annihilation from Haman. That happened in spring. And of course Jesus Christ, dying on a cross for us to save us from our sins. That happened in spring. See what I'm saying? So it's spiritual spring deliverance, time of deliverance. Now, also, as I did a video and I did talk about Isaiah 26, talks about a prophecy of the vengeance of the Lord, the day of a vengeance of the Lord that, is coming up in spring. If you read Isaiah 61 and read 62, that talks about the idea of the joining together of Zion and Jerusalem, and that's the Christians and the Jews, which I keep telling people that's what the next thing that has to happen, if anything going to happen concerning God's divine plan, because the Romans 8:28 that talks about all things working together, but the spiritual of adoption has to take place concerning that the Christian has to be adopted to the Jewish faith that is in Romans 8, and that has to happen concerning the new concerning God's plan that God has in His Word. His plan He has in His Word, not because everybody's carried along with this rapture thing. Like yes, we're being raptured, but there's things have to take place first before rapture comes. Like I said, 1 Corinthians 15 and 23 talks about things have to be put. It has to come in His order. Jesus Christ's order, Christ the first fruit, and afterwards, then the Christ at His coming. Then it says afterwards, Christ at His coming. Things have to come into order concerning things, and I believe that is going to happen very soon. Very soon, maybe tomorrow. The process of that progress of happening may happen maybe tomorrow, because like I said, it was the solar eclipse last year was on March 20th. So you gotta look at that as, God's marker right there. And that's something going to probably happen. And of course, the solar eclipse is a symbol of judgment. Yeah, divine judgment. And that's the number 444. Yeah. But the thing is, we must understand and get ready for spiritual spring deliverance. And I believe that a lot of deliverance is going to be taking place. I believe that it's going to be the fulfillment of Joel and Peter's prophecy of whosoever call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. It's going to happen very soon. That's what I truly think is going to start. I believe it's going to start like a snowball. But Purim is going to start at March 23rd and the 24th. Purim is going to start there. So the thing is, this March is and April and May is the more likely, a lot of deliverance. It's the spiritual spring of deliverance. Now, I did a message called Spring Spiritual Clothes that Isaiah talked about in the 61st chapter, talking about having a robe of righteousness, the garment of salvation, and the garment of praise. Now, the garment of praise, these are the clothes that we should put on if we want to be a part of God's divine plan that's going to take place very soon. The robe of righteousness and the garment of salvation and the garment of praise are the essential kind of clothes we need to be wearing when this events take place very soon, because spring is coming. So I just want to give y'all a heads up, about spring is beginning tomorrow. So look for some interesting activity maybe tomorrow or maybe after that. Things occur in springtime. God does things in springtime. And whatever he does. See, God is a God of order and God is a God of pattern. God does things in a pattern. Like I said, he delivered his people out of Egypt in spring. Queen Esther helped save the Jewish people from getting killed. Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. In spring is about deliverance. So I hope you be a part of this deliverance situation, and that God bless you, and that you will focus on, when you become delivered, you will focus on the journey of becoming a Christian and becoming Genesis 1:26, made in the image and the likeness of God, that you will be part of the bridegroom. Because this spring deliverance is all about the bridegroom. If you keep reading in Isaiah 62, it's about the bridegroom. It's going to talk about the bridegroom activities. So that's the message. I hope you understand it, and I hope you be a part of this spiritual spring deliverance extravaganza. All right, that's the message. To God be the glory here and forever. In Jesus' name, amen.